le Jamie Masani foi o le tātou polokalame ua whaingoina o le Malu I Fale pe ona whaatasu me foi ia le whaletua ia Emele Palamo o le loan market ia whape foi. Ma se tasi o tātou malo whaanolungia. I le rei foi vai aso ia whaantalvantu Emele Malo le ngānu e malo foi le ona sei mai. E ui la vai na whaale tonu mai foi winga o le tau. I le rei fia malo le ngānu e malo le ona sa.
Yeah, so malo le lo fionga se umanu so I fu manuia ia malo fo ile fa manatuina le va yaso le ngana Samoa te toe fa manatu ma toe fa ile le ngana Samoa ia fa talo fa fo ile malo le tunu o fa fonga mai le nei fiafi ia malo le so I fu manuia
Tātou te tau whai wha malo la vai le nei vaenga o le aso malo le on sa ia malo fo ile wha malo si mai. Fia tonu o le ua matua le leito I se lau pasene le wha Samoa le sunga le li pule. O le ondanga le Builders Blueprint New Zealand wha tala wha antoi fo le sunga Ian Thomas. Ma lor ngā rua li Thomas.
Hello, taro fa time la noa. It's good to be here.
Ia, le lei, a tonu o le nai, te soi a makua le lei a lau wha Samoa I le nei vai aso wha pitoa le ngana Samoa.
Ia, le como fai a kwa le iku.
Ia, le lei, ma lole o le sei mai le tātou polokalame le nei foi vi aso. Thomas, e ma whai ona e saunoa, e o foina mai e le tau company I ni guarantee. Ia, e peo le ia guarantees fo ia master builders I tono New Zealand. Ia, o tau ngā luenga ia tau renovations e peo na whenga ia ma le tau company.
Yeah, time of noa. So there's two different types, or well, there's meant to be three different types of guarantee. Maua pe a renovation or any sort of new build. Or guarantee if you fear my the bank is they prefer guarantees from organizations that are insured, something like master builders guarantee or certified builders guarantee, which is a halo guarantee. The one that we offer, halo guarantee. And the only way to get a guarantee like the one we have is you have to be a qualified builder in New Zealand and a guarantee from this organization. If you want to get a guarantee from a master builder, all you need to do is pay a fee. Or whoever the company is, all they need to do is pay a fee to this organization and join the organization in order to qualify for that guarantee. Now, master builder is a lot more advertised. A lot of people master builder guarantee. So for me, I do halo guarantee and I do a 10-year guarantee because we are bound by that license to give you a 10-year guarantee. So we already give that guarantee regardless. Sorry about the rain. Yeah.
Ele a whaina, Thomas. E se singa, like, titi po se singa tele o le guarantee le halo ma le guarantee le master builders?
That's a good question. I think I don't really see there's much a difference between the two. The only difference I think it trusted the guarantee or the master builders guarantee the banks. But the halo guarantee it's coming up. But I from my side, I prefer the halo guarantee because it's a lot better from a trade perspective. But from a bank perspective, I think the master builders guarantee probably has a better cover in terms of working with the banks.
Lily, ala vai ngai cover le guarantee le hilo fa mo Thomas le te whangai.
Yep, for the guarantee that's covered under the halo guarantee, ole punkalaki. So that's why it's very important that when you're getting your job done, that whoever you're doing the work with, they need to make sure they supply what we call a bill of quantities. In those quantities or materials, male labor, it cover the guarantee anything to do with defects or the labor or the materials of Fale and the labor. It doesn't really cover subcontractors work as such because subcontractors cover but it's really covering from a builder side for the materials that we're using and for our work, but not really the subcontractors.
Can you elaborate more on the subcontractors? O anga luenga ye whai e subcontractors ia, Thomas?
So subcontractors are buying a electrician or a plumber or a roofer. All of those guys, for la guarantees. They have to cover la winga. That's why in the last episodes of Kako show, I talked about how it's very important that you work with a really good team. Although team have to be qualified, certified, and be able to offer these guarantees for Mongar Winga. So most subcontractors, more like Winga, their one is always 12-month guarantees. No subcontractor is going to cover you for 5 years or 10 years unless they're a builder. Builder is the only one that I know, apart from specialized roofers, for example, for your tiled roof. A lot of those guys, they give like a 10-year material guarantee, workmanship guarantee.
Whaafela bewa peo len saini kong karate o lau company le na whaongaina le te sau no mai o subcontractors ia e tofu ala tō male guarantee. So a whaila o le whale o te ita le na renovate a isa whale tonu me tau ele tise longo inga lai le deal ka ue deal ma mua male subcontractor le.
Yeah, you deal with me directly. That's the whole purpose of going with a company that looks after the whole project as one. If you go with a company that would say to you, oh, nah, that guy covers that part or that guy covers that part, then that's not a very good company. Langa or the main contractor, we're the main contractor, so we're responsible for the whole project. And we're responsible for collecting all that documentation. We hand it over to you, and we're also responsible for what we call aftercare service. We have to look after you for the duration or mako guarantee, regardless be 5 years down the road. Then I will be able to have a look at it. But I find I had wa o kali pero moli, ele cover up guarantee me nga o me nga I had wa if I say the only time I cover up guarantee is if something happened that was faulty in the workmanship.
Yeah, le Thomas e tantu tele yanga e tule tulanga te renovation. Ja, ola usidia le te viu silia tu e vai so ma pa ma wala no te tala no. Yanga wenga ya ma le manu le tu na yanga yan tu fa nga la tu. O ani va inga vo ia pe a fa yolana fa ni si ya au nanga ya la tu nga wenga o le ma fa yona fa o win. O fe lo longa ko ka po yo ngiken.
Yeah, I'm still she is a very nice lady that I just finished helping her with ilanga case. But I helped her as best I could with the right information through the show as well.
Yeah.
There are still a few cowboys out there, but umanga mawale solution em fa her job was meant to be finished in the beginning in March, and it's dragged on to where it is now. So you got to be careful. You have to be very careful. Langa, the trade is a very, very dangerous place, I would say, if you don't know what you're doing. If you don't understand the process involved, it's just a mere renovation or a new build.
Was a new build, was a renovation?
So it was a new build that she was doing. And the builders promised her last year in March, but makalanga fale from last year. And I think she said June last year. It's a standard build, standard 2-story build, but it's understanding the job was underpriced to begin with. Underpriced single winger or a contractor is always going to come back to catch you in the long run. Because ili mafailong afford the contractor ang fa umalong winger. Makala yung alu the contractor le su emerkupe medisingal winger in order fa umalong winger. So then it drags out that process, and banks don't like looking at invoices a little kilia. So they need to make sure they see your progress claims in your contract to see that it's clear, it's concise, and it's accurate to what they're claiming. And then they start claiming little sao, you know.
Na yelas kon karantes tina le na sainia ma ta umay le aso le na tauna umay langan.
Yeah, ngayon kong kalaki. So I explained that to her. Mga lo agreement malbahay nga liya.
Yeah.
this is the date that it should have been finished. But to me your disputes, ele masi se malo le melo disputes ba afai ua o se me le mafai fa umalonga winga on time.
Yeah.
Because I alu if I let dispute my alu tribunal, it drags the process even more. So I always tell people, afai what se me what was a dispute, try your best to solve the issue with your contractor or seek legal advice to be able to sort this particular project instead of going down the route because my
Yeah, na. Ile date le fa umainga luenga Thomas. Ile mena ufa longo. Fa me ile gray area yem fa yona da aloila ile cowboy. Esa oleta.
Yeah. So to answer your first question, to talk about her contract, yes, she did have a contract, but the contract was very vague. They always go for the one that's simple contract, easy, but sometimes the simple contract needs to have all the clauses in it, even though it's simple. It has to have everything that covers both you and the contractor. If you get a contract from a contractor and your value of your project is anywhere over $30,000, really, you should have a contract about this thick. Kung thick click on kalaki nga mai. Ai mai ngar kasi le page lo ko kalaki. Yeah, mole return to sender le mar ko kalaki.
And it's ye nga ngana le fa ngai nei tono concurrente yali Thomas. Ile mala mai tanga tele util mo mia la le fa tau ye le loia. O ye lo na mala.
Yes, I mean, look, so man, all projects, there's always something with renovations or a new build. There's always unforeseen things that happen. But the way account I me fa be all communication. If I communicate my client, then there's something wrong. You need to be able to talk to your clients and say, this is our agreed upon date, or the ground, or open le wall. But anything like that, anything to do with the unforeseen, there's always that clause in there. But any contractor, there's no contractor out there that can cover unforeseen unless you communicate. So that's the secret to the problem is communication.
Lili Malu fa tai o lewa a matan to telele a ingali Thomas o le ala recommendation e o le faia se renovation e fa popo ia se potu ia pe fausia se sleep out ia pe fa tau ese le fale tau sa ile se fale fo voile le tau lapo.
Yeah, I won't talk too much on this topic in regards to getting the best deal, because Emele can elaborate on getting the best deal.
Yeah.
But what I can suggest is the bank and you can afford, and you just need to get a little top up from the bank in order to do a renovation, then that's the best option right now at this particular time. The bank and you can afford to make your mortgage repayments and you can buy a new house, then go buy a new house. But I don't know how it's working right now with banks and things like that. That's something that Emele is much more qualified than me to answer. But I think in gaming the climate gaming and you can able to get a little bit of a top up just to help with your renovation, then a renovation for us is probably the best option during these times.
Lili Malu fa tai ya Thomas Emele vena so swani fa la wi tele titile mata pule fa mo.
Yeah, fakta se manu mana ye tele le fasili asa le ya sa no anga Thomas it depends la the situation po le a fo ile le tele o le renovation la fia mana na ole ainga fai what I usually would recommend le ainga is tato titilo pe fia le lato mo kesi le toe titilo po le tau le a mafai na fa tau ese atwai le lato fale ye na tato titilo le ile fale le la mana na o fa tau o le alo na ese senga a fa pe uma e te le atu le kos le la alu le toe fa tawina o le fale fo then just doing the renovation ma add le sleep out ia o cost umala ia ma fa na mato fa tala noin ia ole at the end of the day ole ai nga lava fa ia le filifilinga ona ta ua tele le lato malmalama Pe ai se ala mana na o ia whaatau e se atu, pe a whaapea is going to be a loss. Ona le taimine is not a good time to sell. Pe a whaapea le, depend on the situation for
Yeah.
because if you buy and sell in the same market, you could end up on the same level, so even out. Paru tūlanga whaapea le, we will look at the cost of the renovation, ma le cost e whaatau ese le whale, ma lau mo kesi, ma le cost o le whaatau wina le whale fau. Ia na tātou compare ina le o cost le po whiele mea e more beneficial mo le ainga ma le mele mana o e fia whaatau no.
Lili, malo whamtai a Emele. Thomas, tātou wangi antu I le siwa inga tā ua le nei, tonu ua mai, e ona talanoina fo I vayaso o tuana. Ia, ele leila wale toi wha maana malama mwha mana tupe le wha fonga anga le. Tunu ule tūlanga lea renovations e le mo o mia e se consent to the council. E wha maupe tu uina I lunga o le konkarante ia le vaenga lea. Ia, ina ia maana malama ia le a inga le iai le lantou ngā ruenga lea. Ia po le mea ale a yes consent le tu o e lunga o le kako konkarake foi le mele.
Okay, just to elaborate on the question, when you say konkalake, are you saying building contract between me and the client?
Ia. O le people work. People work.
Yeah. It doesn't matter, regardless, consented or non-consented work. Anything over the value of $30,000, you require a contract. That's the law. But anything under that as well, I still have an agreement. It's some sort of agreement between you and the client, regardless. Posose amount, some sort of agreement between the main contractor and you and the client. Now, the contract should protect the client and it should protect the main contractor at the same time.
Nelly, ile taimi mua le la le wo mo ina vili antu le ainga ya o ele Thomas fa beatu ya. Fa mo le mo ke fia kala ngoa ya o le aso taimi ya no fa tulanga lo le taimi malasu. Mfaiona e fa ilo ia pe ka vai lau ile tau kon karanti atole consultation na pe le se tau ia Thomas.
Yeah, time said. So when we go out and see any of our clients, we offer a free consultation. In that free consultation, and if this is my document here, my little brochure, and it has all our steps in it for our process. If I'm mako with our process with our company. So our first step when we have our free consultation, there's a few things that we cover in that consultation. We cover who we are, our story. We cover why they should work with us. We cover our process. We show them our client reviews, and then we show them our proposal. So in the initial meeting that we have, we talk about all of those things initially. So that covers in the free consultation.
Leli, olo no wingala ai le sai niel kon karante o le wa, bo uman tau whilo ai me wha mana malama o mai vaenga ia wai, e le ia le mana malama, but e sera ka hua le me lo sidiri Thomas, I au clients, I au previous clients,
Yeah.
E kering sidiri le vaenga nga ia.
I think, that's a very, very good question, Sir Manu. I think questions or facility is very important. I think the more questions you ask, answer, ask the question, which shouldn't be the case. Facility, then don't hold your question until umanga design no falling if oi. Bathroom don't have an afterthought. Ask the question early and you'll get an answer straight away. So I think in questions is very important during the initial process of the consultation.
Wai se me va pena o tupu tame si lau au nanga talo na amatalia.
Yes. Yeah, but okay, like it's always good to be patient. May foi ka ko makua, may makua ele malama le process. That's why I make sure malama le client before I leave. I'll give you an example. We went through a whole process of doing concept plans for a client that we're working with in Mangili. We have also made sure that the concept plans nga fai mo the clients o le concept le aka o le fale. ua mako translating ia different areas o le plan fa Samoa e fa malama I ka okay o I le poku moe o e fa ka ele e o le kapoti and things like that. So we did that on the plans as well, which I don't know if it's been done by anyone, but that's something that we wanted to do as a service in Kokangaka, to if I'm malamai and they understand I kako ngangana.
Olo no winga lai li to ye se me va pia o la ko koia o le uma vo le kakala no mar fale fa mixot singo manga o la umuku ka ku ia le wa ka ngofa ku I forka le ritams.
Yeah, ila Maro ko ro ila sorry like singa ni le ka lang mo me answer nga.
Ja, le malo fa vitai e fa fair well I don't know le wa mai au na tele no foi le tulanga tau kon karante li Thomas. Inga fair ole builder's contract. E te wha pia tuai loa I tangata le mo miala wa nanga. Ia ole a saini lo ka tanto kon karate. Ai yei fo inis tangata taunau antu male tangata le whaiala na ngārweng. E tau te saini a wha tasi al kon karate le.
Can you please elaborate lo question nga from mole?
At what point do you get the builder's contract signed by your company and the clients, and do they need anybody else there with them?
Well, that's a very good question. I think it's important that you get the contract looked over by a lawyer. I think that's important. My contract is a very standard contract. E kavaile le clients ma, and also at the same time in my contracts as well, it has a checklist. I supply the checklist to my client. I go through each line o kokalaki if I'm makala ya clients. Yeah, awange ye se issue il konkalaki. So the contract is all in English. That's an obvious thing. Ingilisi konkalaki. So that's why it's important. You take the contract, talk to someone that you can trust or se lawyer, and then the lawyer can look over this contract as well. I always advise my clients. I don't steer my clients away from that. I think it's important that you get legal advice for any contract that you sign.
Lili, malo fa tanya Thomas ya tono toi fo ya tu sunga sting. Ja, tanto wanga ya tu le nanga fo el tu ya Emele pe on fa lulu ya ile tanto wa porgala mel Malu Fale leva ya so male fo ya so. Tanto tell no I vanga le ta wa first home buyers. O no le me ta wina le market til ni va ta wa Emele. Ja, o le vai tau le nei mo I lanto le fia fa tau ni o lanto fale mo tu mo le taimi mo mo. Pe mo le so le vai tu nei no va ia tu Emil. E le telephone na sau fa pe it's got to do with the le lo pole reserve bank po le le vai ngale le ye swing on tu la fono le la suia. A tu no le masi le masi na fo le masi no you lai Emil pe e man tu le tu.
Yeah, whaptai se o manu o te msala po le home grant le na
Ia, ngā ko
o
ngua.
tala noa lai titi ai. O na o le wa announce le malo fole iai. O la a taofi le home grant, o le home grant tu sa o le si vaenga lea na qualify ai isi tangata o le malo le tunu. Pe a wha pe o lau income I lalo le ivas fulu li mafe as a single income. O lau joint income is I lalo le se lau limas fulu afe. O le home grants la a wha pe you qualify mo your KiwiSaver. Ia mawhaina avelau application I le kainga ora wa la ko we administer inga le home grants. Ia na mawhaile na assess me la vaina pe te qualify either 5,000 maximum for an existing home or 10,000 maximum for a new build. Ia wa tau fia lea tūlanga o na. And also wang whapea ke wa extend like kiki le time frame. Let's say mine, ia wa tau fiuma no new applications wa tu etalia le kainga ora. So wa umala lea wanoa a whapea sa e ma fau iei e whaisau application le taimine. Ia wa leo tu etalia le kainga ora ni new applications for home grant. A o I la tau lana la wai tu tonu lato applications up to the 22nd of May last week. O lala ona lava kainga ora lo application. So long as you buy a home, so long as e whaatau lau fale, whaonga ai le home grants lea, ai le expire let's say milen au mai, which is normally I think it's about 6 months. E ono masina au mai le kainga ora e te whaonga inai. So a whape o iei sau pre-approval mai a kainga ora for home grants, or te taulo lau na whaasavali lau pre-approval application. Ia masta ili sau mauta manua lai valid lau kainga ora home grants le.
Ni se fo ime si vaenga le o mai nganga o mai afa mai ia am lava lor ngā wa le la whirka ko swing na o fai tau iei le mta upule langa o lai tele whina ngā lo tonu foi o la flofonga al pale meni o lo oi Feo lo lava whina ngā lo su ia fai pule mi se lava le tua ngai o lo wha tau le iloilong o lo fai ele tonu o le kāinga ola ia e antonu o le aleanga i swa mtalanga le vaenga o le fiaf o le ale ta ua ia te ua e mele pe a feo le fi fa tau so ta fale motu mua e fa nga ai e se broker ia po lau tau tua foi male o nanga e pe ona fenga ia Emele
Yeah, fa tai mana ia tele le sili. O le memo mua lava e saona e sa ili po oile te lua whengai. Le ala a fisosoani ia te oi, a mortgage advisor ta ua lau sirisila pe laisene, which means it's saona whailo search under the company's office. Po laisene mo i po wa di license la tau le masinan te nei. Ai ta ua le mortgage advisor, it gives you options. Se whaate ta inga, e si a inga na matu, e whio lolo lava inga matu tinga lua, but the latest one is na application na submit, it decline my bank se lua, I approve my bank e tas. Ia, o leo ngala leo o nanga matu nei mortgage advisor, e options here, wa o le matu loan market, we have access to more than 20 lenders. O banks o malava, ia whaata se malesi vaenga le second tier lenders, e mawhai ona tātou sa ili po options, so o le mea mua, it gives you options po Fale mea mawhai ona talia ile tātou tausanga. Lona lua, ia o le experience ala tangata le, a whape o leva na lato ngā lulua i le tūlanga. They will know how to navigate or put together the deal. Ina ia tilo I whaiele bank, a mea is something that looks a little bit more acceptable. E lo o le si vaenga e mawhai ala tō na eliminate le stress le wa a whapea le te mana o evo applications e banks e wha. O lo inga wha appointments e te alu banks is esse. But using a mortgage advisor, yeah, we just collect all the information. Yeah, we deal directly with the bank, say, malo lo e alu whainga ruanga sui marisele ni e whaatau nu o e tātou wha moi moi. So there are other things in whaiona e sila iai. Wa ele tusa o mafoi mortgage advisors. Pe mele tala Thomas, ele tusa o mafoi kamuta.
Yeah.
So you need to understand po oile mortgage advisor, what's their experience? Are they licensed? O tulanga fa pe look at their reviews, pe le asitala lato customers. Because so mato, once a customer puts a review on Google review, ye ele mafoi na mato ka fiko evis. That it stays there. So it's good for you to do your homework or mele for you. Tato malo le tunu ia mala malama po oile to te ngā lulue. E o lesi tūlanga tau na e fasili pe o mana ia tala Thomas le na whai mai. Aua le muso e fasili o na pe o le mamalo le tunu. Pe matamuli e fasili. E mana ia le fasili e te mala malama ai. Ia fasili e pe whawhenga pe I lato. Nei te ua o mai a mesa o pili a lai tele I mala malama I le tūlanga. Awa o mea o malava nei e tā ua tele lo mala malama I. Ia e tele I sainia se pepa ia tutu unga whapea.
Yale. Aile ia matua ni o siri na Emele. Ile tūlanga leo le pei. O tau ia wa avea nei ma mortgage brokers. E whaingi kou pili. Ia pe ia fusi tūla fono e pulea le broker ia pe whaingi anga pili pe SS.
Yeah, man, I live silly. O mātou mortgage advisors, or for me, I'm speaking for myself. O mātou e pay le bank.
Yeah.
So it doesn't cost you anything at all on ole bank kusa o māko. Instead of the bank people going to look for customers, we are now helping you ma tilo po Fale bank e mawhai na mau mai le wha moi moi. So ole tali lo silly. Ele eise mātou pile ave le customer. The bank will pay us for all the work we do for you. The only time that you may find a mortgage advisor giving you a bill which o mea umalava, yes, I want to discuss malia le customer. Discussion has to happen before any invoice is issued. O le tūlanga le whape wa le mana tau ngā lulue ma le mortgage advisor wa whaalua whaatolu na submits le pre-approval. Au laula wa whaataulo Fale and you've decided to go somewhere else. So ono le say mi umalava le na whaanga yoi lava le mortgage advisor le tūlanga ia maua se tau mo kesi. At this point, is all part of our disclosure statement. Me le tā wailo malamalama. A whapeo le tūlanga lea. The mortgage broker and whainala tia oe ma whaatala no o me umalawa ia. A whapeo lava le mana oe la inga. There's nothing we can do. O me le tā ua I lava lo malamalama. Po le ale raita oe na iai. Because I've had an incident I se a inga lea. Na fasili mayala to, because o lawa malamalama to, I have spent a lot of time in doing the work for them. But they've decided because they ese lato a inga lana so soani ai. So I said, look, at the end of the day, so long as le me fi fiela uloto wa yele lato fale. I don't mind, but I would appreciate that you are happy to pay this much. O le fo te malamalama le telo le stress. Yeah, at the end of the day, for my too much, fuck, it's all good. At the end of the day, I'm not in this for making money off our people. So that's the only time you may find a mortgage advisor giving you a one-off fee. And the family has to be happy with it. Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, Lily. Yeah, it is a charity for ilo ngā ruengari Emele. Se vanga nā wa ilis kala lau se charity ka ilo ipe wa e charity bere.
Yeah, le foi e whakausa ka whalawa wa manoi. But at the end of the day, I suppose that's how I work. O leo te malamalama I le how our people operate. Me fa pena. It's good to communicate. They were happy to pay me a little when at the end of 2 years and we consulted. I gave them some amounts. I said, I'm happy for you to consider these amounts. They came back, obviously chose the lowest amount. I said, I'm all good. I'm happy with that so long as a little stress le ainga. They molo fa sma moi ai, yeah, I am all good.
All good. I want to show. Yeah, ngor me nga ka ko we mo lo fu se me mo fu fu. Ya unga fia ya le fai ya elelo. E pe o la tala na fa tu ava pe o le stala la o nanga Emele se charity. Sorry. Maka ki ka fia a wa ya fu la o nanga na e survey
le limited company famal molete charity. I'm not under the charities commission.
Yeah, le. A faila o le wata ma fau le fa taulo ta fale mua le fale motu. O le ale vaenga mua le wata te fai.
Ele sili se umanu ona. I've come across a few of our people who will live in a mafawai. Ele lopo te amatai.
Yeah.
O le me mua lava, o le vili.
Yeah.
O le faatala noa po ona e malamalama le po fele tūlanga la iai oi. Po e la talata, po paisina mamao. A lea fo se plan e mawhaina put in place. Koe mana ia le sitala fo ina le a le se plan. You plan to fail. Awa a tatou nofo ia. Yelo winga sto sa fo ile sitau sanga o lai te le I malamalama. Po ngā whela iei lau tūlanga o le me mua lava. Ma nei a lava le whapasili se o le ta situation le te minei. O le a se me mawhaina whai. Are we in a position to buy? Are we not? A po lea fo se plan e. E mawhaina tu whaatasi ia mawhaina whaatau nuu lea tūlanga.
E ini vaenga te tapena ia e le ipiki inala I lunga le telefoni mawala au ia le au nanga fo ia o elfo le tua eme.
Mana ia le fsili se umanu. E tolu ana I mea pe whana I mea mana o mia lava le make sure it will be handy to have. It's a really my pet, really for ilo mortgage advisor is low income. I need to know po low income mo po low hourly rates, your minimum hours, lesi tulanga po to deposit po yai. Confirm from your Kiwi saver how much are you eligible to withdraw any savings to langa fa pere taso deposit o lona tolu o yai ni tato ai talafu. Wa mea ya faina ile tato assessment la fai o ani ai talafu o yai e fia le paleni ai fia fo ini meo le tulanga o tastongi tai vai yaso pe tai lua vai yaso whatever the case. O le si tulanga how many dependent children pe yai ni alo mawhanau laia o onga lava I lalo le sfulu walu tu sanga. How many of them? Just to give an overview of the situation in the are we in a position to start the process, or do we need to wait for maybe 3 or 6 months to langa whape?
Neli. Mai alola le vaenga mua le au le wa tu ina tu yo wa au le tulanga lea Emele. Lono winga la o le ai loa I. Ia po le mea lea wa e lava sauni wa e lava tapena. Ia pese kongi mua ka ko e ka lafu ia ngai finance ia ka sola I kai kono masinga ka yongo masinga.
Yeah, mana e silly. Mawalola le situation there wa mena mana yel fatsala no mo yeah, afapelola, you're in a position, I will then la fatsala no lela utang e melia suka yeah documents here so then I can formalize and analyze the actual information lena tau mai so lenga faile to brief analysis over the phone yeah na email to lole okay im failana submits my kako documents here so I can do a quick analysis overview to confirm my po ofeni o ani tato borrowing limits lela atilo yai and o leale tato capacity le yai from a bank's perspective umalola na yeah I will then book a meeting if atala noai po leale si tato stepulela yai these are the borrowing limits potential from the bank e ngafati le tato fale lea potential borrowing capacity le tilo yai Iena poklole le tato meeting te whaatala noa sili le si tūlanga le si stepu from there on.
Afa I fa le tonu le swafa fo ile le tongi ai tala fu Emele. E fa manta e afa ina I le tala sanga le mo se fole motu.
Whaftai mana ele sili a whaapela e ele tūlanga whaapea. I usually would ask ia le mamalu le tunu. Go on to Centrex and do a credit check. Ona send maile ia te au se copy lau credit check. O I lala te tilo iai po o whether the banks will be happy to consider or o le tato skepo mo molela ave tato application as to the second tier lenders. Na ta waila ia lo ulope, is it worth te umai maurka ko kai me ave le banka eva ko straight away kick back my arm. Ai au maila le copy lea ia na mpaile no o determining pe e worth le ave tato application in the bank or whether you are happy to submit to a second tier lender. Ya watu langa umai fape te tawana agree yele aing are you happy or banks is not an option? Ya o tulanga le o second tier lenders, these are the possible options. I o te reminding of yalato, the interest rates would be higher to make sure that o lai malamalama umai le proceeding le kako application to the next stage.
Lele, ja, maar no fa tai ya le fa so I le ni fia Emele Thomas ai le I ma fo wina se si vala a want to lo so. E vala mo ko e pe vala mo Emele ai le I fa ye sto filo inga vole mo sko I pokoko.
Time of silly. It all depends on the situation. For like Emele mentioned, fai ua yai ia low. If you've already got funds, already have finance, already saved up for your renovation, and you want to use your own funds, then you can give me a call before anyone. But so pre-approval at all Molo Finance, then Emele to see if you're actually approved. Otherwise, you're just excited and you start window shopping when you don't have the money yet. So it's best to talk to Emele first.
Le mama fa mai o timu ngale na sa nei ya mar timu ai sari I Thomas.
Yeah.
Le ala wa ke ir ko inga la maka mer ka ko por kalam. Ave ya kunga ilunga le fa alor fa. Ora wa makang singa mai ide fa. E te foto ina le vala au tia te o e pe vala au se au nanga fo ilele ina ia want to say si akira nga ruenga le o le kala ngor me ka kupe. Ale wa ia ko chon e se li sa ora vai de kurkuru mai no nga longa le portumalo lo ile ceiling. O le foto anga ile tula.
Yeah, time of silly. Normally in cases for penga, insurance or fali. So I think I say leaky for penga. There's what we call maintenance jobs.
Yeah.
Fai mga misa maintenance ya kung kalaki o contractors ole insurance companies la masangyang fanga bang fakasi. So it's best to call your insurer first. May siyaki de leaking ela ufali. Fai wa vaya ko pa ako may level. Yeah. Really file our insurance and then give me a call after that.
Ya lenga ni te wa umantu tanto por kala melanga lenga mafa mai te munga sa morkimos ya video ko se sia chele komasi se sa fai de fa alor fa de ku ya ai ma lo fa fitai ya antono ole fa so ma na tala noa e mala mai me uma ai me se lava ya tulanga fa pe wa ele ni se le ni poni tu pela iti en te tala noa ya tolus furwafe ya e fia tau sanga e tau se fe le da se leni ai lunga atu ya e mo mi ai le so so ni mai tanto au nanga ia tau fle tupe ai ni te wa isi si vanga tau te fia sa no ia ia Thomas ma fia fa ma tu mai ia ia mai le numero lo telefonia ma nisi ai wala so ta inga e so ta ia toile pa ia mal le tu langa ta renovations fa mo.
Yeah, David. I just want to touch on one more thing in the first question on your guarantees here my different organizations.
Yeah.
Ole importance ole correct contractor ngai luke fangarwang fakasi or the right builder. Fai ele le builder ngalenga wenga. Ui lava nga mo male guarantee malvainga lia.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of fine print in the guarantee. Male insurer lia male organization. Fai fa le ka muka lenga wenga. Ele cover guarantee nga regardless per wa umanga saini. So it's very important that you get the guarantees from your contractors as well as the guarantee from the organization, and the contractor needs to make sure will follow uma guidelines in ile organization in order to follow the guarantee requirements. So you don't just get a guarantee, you have to follow the requirements or a guarantee in order to qualify for that guarantee.
O nga luenga ra ia lue fantata inga pole heilo le ne fe nga lue o nga luenga o e po nga luenga le client
so the main contractor, I got to make sure I have a checklist I follow. Our qualifying checklist at the end of each stage, a tick umamako checklist. If I follow umamako your requirements in order for us to qualify for this guarantee. O meanga checklist mo email o aka or videos, evidence to show that we have followed everything. We have installed those particular products per the manufacturer specification. That's very important as well. And mo mali saini o manufacturer or this particular product na kang fa nga fali. So there's a lot involved in terms of guarantees that people don't understand, and it's very important that you get that sign off from everyone involved in order for you to qualify for that guarantee.
Lono winga i se Fale tonu fo ele ka vanga la nga wenga le ele hilo po le master builder sa.
Le kavainga master builder will kick back from a master builder. Yeah, we contractor didn't follow this, it didn't follow this step, we're not going to cover it. Even though paperwork but there's still fine prints. Or guarantees. As a lot of guarantees don't actually guarantee you fully unless everything has been followed according to the fine print. So make sure you understand the little writings on the fine print.
Yeah, eta wala le tala no fo ile masa ili se loia. Ya wa ila tona mala tonu. Ile frintonga le o malienga po con garante fa bia malo fa tanya Thomas te lo teleni facili ia ale Malu le tunu nai fia tala no anto i le sung ia o le hase a wala so ta i to i le ni fia fia ele ole kokulu mai le fale ai vidia ko i fua
Te lava, you can email me on thomask@buildersblueprint.co.nz, or you can get a hold of me on 021 558 364. Te lava.
ma lo va tai Thomas ia na wa ma kwa ke le al swing o lau fa sa mo na wi ke la nga o ko fa ngor ka sanga o ma lua se lau lima skul pa sene na wa ye ya fa tai tu Emele fo i mo le fa so i le nei vai ngol le fiafi o te ilo wa te le la swing o le tau o ka de ilo ku fa fo a ma ka pong sa mai fa fo le man tu ofisa ya e mo ye so fi ngal mul muli Emele le i tu na mai ala wala fo so tai tu le pa ia ma lo le tantu o tu o le wa ma fo fa yeah, if you for your renovation, if you for the winner for yeah, so for the motu ile ring for tau le le market mo le fa win on that o tanto fa.
Ia, whaafitai seo manu ia mālo fo i mole tai ina o tātou po kalame le na ia fiafi ia mānei a te le tātou noma ia a Thomas e mānei a lawan mele o le fasili a iei se mea fia fasili ma wha manino a tili e mānei a lava le fasili a wale mata muli le mamalu le atunu ue fasili e iei lava tari uma e mawhaio na wha amalia ai le fasili le fia malamalama ai longo mai ai ai se fasili fia malamalama atili o lau telefoni o le o lua fitu, valu tolu fitu, valu fa, valu o le emele.palamo@loanmarket.co.nz. Yeah, manuia le paiaso o tuto le ngana Samoa, whaptai seu manu.
Yeah, fa pena ia ona fai o le falitua ia Emele Palamo le loan market te pe ona e mai mo ma e fa fonga antu ia le nei fiafi o lua fitu valu tolu fitu valu fa valu ola numera o lua fitu valu tolu fitu valu fa valu o po le sunga fo ia Thomas o le Builders Blueprint New Zealand i le o lua tasi lima valu tolu ona fa o lua tasi lima valu tolu ona fa a fai o sa i tālafu vidi mai i le tātou ofisa